Our next team, Ocean Sorbent Technologies. Come on up. Okay.
Hello, everybody. We are Ocean Sorbent Technologies. I'm Aiden. This is also Aiden. This is Ryan, Feifei, and Shaylee. Next slide. Okay, so does anyone recognize these brands on screen? If you ever bought from them, which you probably have, you've probably come in contact with some form of PFAS, which are or polyfluoroalkyl substances, also known as forever chemicals. And according to environmental scientists, over 25 million Californians are drinking PFAS-contaminated water, which is more than half the population. Next slide. So seeing this concern for clean water, the market for treatment will only get larger. And the compound average growth rate is put at 7.2% with a 3.9 billion market size projected in 2033. So other companies are using granular activated carbon and reverse osmosis and other standard ion exchange resins for PFAS removal. And the granular carbon and standard ion exchange resins, they just aren't selective enough, and reverse osmosis is simply just too expensive. So our solution is a modular, integratable PFAS removal cartridge containing namely nano-innovatively structured resin that targets PFAS. And we have an optional pre-screen layer, a flow baffle chamber, and finally our nano ion exchange resin. And none of this would need any type of infrastructure overhaul and is able to be directly dropped into the water treatment system.
So the science behind our product relies on a nanostructured surface, maximizing surface area to volume ratio through precision ball milling. Bonding sites utilize selective surface chemistry to minimize sulfate and nitrate interference. Active TBA functional groups target and capture PFAS, while short diffusion distances allow for rapid absorption kinetics at high flow rates, overcoming traditional resin limitations. So to create our product, first we mix base materials into a nanoscale matrix. Then we add bonding sites using tributylamine, characterize the resin, and finally pack it into the cartridges. And these are the materials and costs for bulk prices.
Yeah, so this is our business model. So we are primarily doing kind of a regenerative contract model where we sell 4 to 8 cartridge arrays to each facility at around $3,500 to $6,000 per cartridge. That wide range is kind of because this is a novel nano-enhanced ion exchange resin, meaning we do require some more testing in order to develop a full concrete idea of what the price range should be. However, these ion exchange resins do reach saturation at a certain level. Again, this requires testing, but we estimate it to be around every 6 to 12 months. So upon saturation, which is when there is so much PFAS that the resins cannot properly handle more, the cartridges are going to be sent back to us under, again, a service contract. And these cartridges are regenerated via an NaCl brine bath. And then we are able to dispose of this PFAS-contaminated brine bath ourselves, meaning the consumers do not ever have to come into direct contact with this PFAS. And this regeneration process can only be done to around 3 to 5 times. So again, around 3 to 5 years-ish. Each time they do need to purchase a new cartridge array as well. So our market strategy, we are primarily focusing on homeowners in PFAS-contaminated areas, and additionally small municipalities with less than 50,000 people in their population that lack the ability to properly handle PFAS. We also want to reach out to environmental NGOs and community water advocates. In order to reach all of these target audiences, we want to partner with the EWG's contamination map for possible inbound leads, and we want to have direct sales to municipal water districts. For marketing, we want to reach out to water treatment conferences and also sell PFAS testing kits and also test strips as kind of an acquisition funnel for these facilities. So these are what our financials look like for our first 3 years. We are in total asking for around $1.9 to $2 million in funding for our first 3 years, with a lot of it going primarily towards raw materials and equipment as well. You can also see a lot of marketing for these conferences and also kind of social media campaigns, and additionally contingency just in case something we aren't very prepared for occurs. So for our roadmap, we do want to focus on our first 2 years kind of being R&D. We want to file provisional patents, benchmark versus our competitors such as Purolite and DuPont. And we also want to partner with universities for research in the Southern California region. We also want to present at conferences such as WEFTEC and also AWWA. For the next year, for years 2 to 3, we want to have some pilots for initial wastewater treatment plants, again, in the California coastal region. We want to generate some curves for the EBCT and breakthrough data, and also start to apply for grants, such as those provided by the NSF and the Department of Defense. From then on, we want to scale by adding more municipal contracts and expand worldwide, such as to the EU market, which is primarily focusing on increasingly heavy PFAS regulation. Thank you.
So in your second to last slide, you showed us that there are two competing things from major companies. So just tell us how yours differs from Purolite and the DuPont materials.
Well, our main differentiation is our EBCT time, so that's the empty bed contact time. Other companies have this time at 10 to 20 minutes, but our time is from 5 to 7 minutes, which means it'll filter a lot more water than other companies. And overall, our model is it's better than other companies due to its nano scale, and it efficiently filters more types of PFAS, which is more necessary due to the EU regulations and the USA upcoming EPA regulations.
Thanks. Can you also, you talk about ball milling to get small size. Can you talk about that and how that's going to work?
Yeah. So if we go back to our science slide here. So for step number 2 there, we can see that we use the ball milling in order to, again, get that kind of breakdown and reach more surface. Yeah, the first and the second, to reach more surface area. So for our functionalization of our resin, we want to target tributalamine at the most areas we can. So in the second model there, you can see that our resin gets functionalized at kind of a more surface level depth than our competitors, and that allows for more PFAS and also faster absorption rates.
And how small are these particles that you're going to get to?
So that depends on the type of PFAS we're capturing, but the primary ones that we can grab or absorb compared to our competitors are around like 6 to 12 carbon atom chains.
Great, thank you.
This is an important issue, and it's interesting that you're tackling it. Once again, as I'm always interested in motivation, how did you come up with this?
Well, I mean, we've all seen microplastics and news all over the place telling you how many microplastics are in your body and that almost every person has, microplastics in their body. But it's incredibly difficult to target every single microplastic. And so we've decided to target the ones that you can contact through food. So in the beginning, the brand slide, it was like McDonald's, Starbucks, everything like that. Everyone has probably bought from them and eaten from them, which means that they are in your body, and that is not safe. We have a slide at the very end about the health effects of PFAS. It's all about increased cancer rate, affecting pregnant women, everything bad. And we're just hoping to get rid of that for, the future population and even us.
Well done.
Also, the World Health Organization has stated that there is no safe level of PFAS contamination. So,
hi guys, thanks for the presentation. It was great. I have a question regarding the, incumbents in the market and what their price points kind of look like. I noticed you guys, your revenue model is based on a recurring system, right? Where there are, every X amount of months for 3,500 to 6,000 per cartridge or something like that, right? What is the among the competitors already in the market, right? I mean, your use case is that they're ineffective, right? But what are they charging, and how can a consumer, I guess, rationalize that cost?
Well, for our competitors, our main competitor right now is DuPont, and they're definitely charging the higher end. So they're charging around $7,000, which is which is higher than our 3,500 to 6,000 range. But initially, we'll probably start by charging around $4,000, which is a really good price point for these companies because our production is way cheaper than what other companies are making, and also this makes our margins a lot higher, and it provides I guess more room to improvise for us, and we can also charge more later down the line as we release more innovative resins.
Additionally, sorry, the competitors are kind of starting to fall behind on their PFAS absorption because with the EPA and EU and also other governmental bodies increasing their regulations on PFAS contamination and absorption, we are kind of in that range where none of the other competitors are able to kind of keep up with our absorption.
You're going to hire no people in year one?
No, we just won't take salaries for.
How are you going to eat?
Yeah, that's definitely something to reconsider probably.
It's a delicate balance between hiring too many people and not enough, and zero is probably not enough.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.